Hey YouTube, Kier Twig here, bringing you guys an update to my Naturia deck profile for April 2014. I thought with plants gaining popularity lately that I'd show you guys my Naturias. I've made the deck more plant-based. Before it used to be all over the place using insects, rocks, plants, etc., all the works. So I'll show you guys what I've done with the deck. It's a lot of fun still. The basis is still using bamboo shoot for most of your plays, but I'll show you guys what I've done. First off, like I said, the main card is Naturia Bamboo Shoot. You get this guy off and you really lock down your opponent. If it's tribute summoned by tributing a Naturia monster, while this card remains face up on the field, your opponent cannot activate spell or trap cards. And we are in a very big spell and trap card format. Spells greatly. People rely on spell cards, so being able to use Bamboo Shoot like this, you'll really lock down your opponent. The biggest weakness this guy has, once he gets that off, is Effect Veiler, obviously, because once you negate Bamboo Shoot's effect, it is no longer in play. So basically you want to protect him as best as you can, whether it be Safe Zone, Mirror Forces, the works. But getting rid of spells and traps, that's 2/3 of what your opponent can do pretty much. And when you summon it, you pretty much negate the summon, or you can't do anything else. You can't bottomless it, you can't torrential tribute, anything. Because as soon as he hits the field, his effect is in motion. So that's why you got to run 3. You want to get to him as quickly as possible. I also run 3 Naturia cherries. Pretty much just set up for Bamboo Shoot. You set your cherry. Next turn, if your opponent pops it, you get 2 more. So you'll have either synchro fodder, whatever you need, a tribute for the Bamboo Shoot, like I said, the works. The only non-plant Naturia I'm running in the deck at the moment is Cliff. You gotta run Cliff, he's too good. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can special summon 1 level 4 or lower Naturia monster from your deck and face up attack position. So if you want, you can do the Cliff wall, which I call it. Your opponent rams into Cliff, summon another Cliff, keep on doing that, 1 more Cliff, and then get out anything else you need. If you really are desperate, you can summon a cherry, have them ram into that, get your 2 cherries, whatever you need to help stall or set up your plays for next turn. And I run 3 Naturia Marin. I like Marin because it's a level 3, good for synchros, and also if after I use up my Cliffs and my cherries, Marin can shuffle them back, I draw a card, and I can reuse them again. And I also run 2 Naturia Pumpkin. Pumpkin allows for quick synchro plays or exceed plays, depending on what I want to do. When it's normal summon, if my opponent controls a monster, I could special summon a Naturia from my hand. So most of the time I can go summon the Pumpkin, my opponent has a monster, special summon the cherries, go for a Naturia Beast right there, or I could summon the Pumpkin. If I have another Pumpkin, go for that, and then go for a rank 4 exceed summon. And I also run 2 Naturia Cosmo Beat. I love this card first turn. If my opponent goes first, they summon a monster, I could special summon Cosmo Beat and go turn 1 Bamboo Shoot possible. They never see it coming, really. I mean, me summoning a monster first turn is pretty much unheard of to them. And I also run new now, running 2 Naturia Beans. I've been testing out this card a lot, and I really like how he plays. Once per turn, this card cannot be destroyed by battle. When this face-up card is selected as an attack target, inflict damage to your opponent. So most of the time, I could set a Beans, faking out my opponent into thinking it's a cherry, flip it up, have the Beans face up on the field because it can't be destroyed by battle once per turn, and they have the choice of either ramming into it for 500 points or just letting it sit there till next turn if they don't have any more attacks to go. The one reason I do like it a lot, going back to the Beans, is because pretty much with Kaiser Coliseum being a thing, if I'm going up against opponents where they say, okay, we're going to have 1 monster on the field, I'm like, okay, I keep my Beans on the field, so they either have to pop it, like with Bear's effect, or put another monster on the field so they can ram into it twice, allowing me the opportunity to get 2 monsters on the field as well, which is why I really like Beans a lot. And I'm also running 2 Lonefire Blossom. Having this card at 2 is very helpful for the deck. I didn't like it when it was at 1. It wasn't as viable. But now that we have 2 Lonefires, I could pretty much hit any Naturia card besides Cliff, of course, to set up my plays. Very good card. And I also run 1 Redox because all the Naturias are Earth. It's a very good card. That is it for the monsters. We'll move on to spells. I run 2 Pot of Duality. Pretty much still need the search. I can search out the Bamboo Shoots real quick. The biggest concern with Pot of Duality is you won't be able to get special summons off that turn. But most of the time when I'm searching for this card, I am searching for the Bamboo Shoot, which is a tribute summon, so it will not affect a Duality in any way. Plus I also run 1 Book of Moon, 1 Dark Hole, 3 MST, and I also run 1 Instant Fusion. This card has helped me a lot with this deck. The 2 main targets are Carbonala Warrior and Fusionist, which are both Earth monsters. They allow for quick Naturia Barkion and Beast plays. Along with Instant Fusion, I can normal summon the Cosmo Beat, whatever need be, just so I can get that quick Synchro Summon. That is it for spells. We'll move on to traps. I run 2. Fiendish Chain, pretty much just stall to protect the Bamboo Shoot. I'm only running 1 Safe Zone at the moment because this deck is based off a lot of different plays. The Bamboo Shoot Safe Zone lock is a vital play in this deck, but I feel if I get Bamboo Shoot out on the field long enough, either I could stall with the other traps I'm running to get to the Safe Zone, or I can open up with the Safe Zone and have that to worry about with my opponent. Plus 1 Solemn Warning, 2 Mirror Force, 1 Trap Hole, 2 Call the Haunted. I use these mainly to special summon Naturias up to the field to get different plays off, or if I need a tribute fodder for the Bamboo Shoot, it really helps. Plus 1 Compulse and 1 Torrential. Now we'll move on to the extra deck. I run 1 Naturia Beast and 1 Naturia Barkion, pretty much the 2 cards I go into the most. Both negate effects really help with the deck, negating spells and traps, really set my opponent off. 1 Black Rose Dragon, really good in the deck, pretty much because you can go for its second effect, which is flipping a monster face up by banishing a plant card in my graveyard, which is pretty much everything. I summon this card and my opponent expects, oh, you're going to blow up the field? Nope, I'm going to use the other effect, and they don't see it coming. Their flip card goes up into attack mode with 0 attack, really hurts them when I ram into it. Plus 1 Armory Arm, 1 Hyper Librarian, Stardust Dragon, Gaia Knight, Force of the Earth, Crimson Blader. Queen of Thorns really get off a lot of synchro plays in this deck. For Exceeds, I run 1 Malaya of the Trees, 1 Soul of the Silver Mountain, 1 Fairy King Alverdish, and Maestroke the Symphony Djinn, along with the Fusionist and the Carbonala Warrior for the instant fusion targets. So yeah, that's it for the deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed. Definitely recommend giving this deck a shot. Naturias are a lot of fun. If built right, they can be a pretty annoying deck to go up against. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and Kira Twig out.